a little throttle here. I'll let you hear it when we come up. You can hear the noise kind of in the aluminum hull. It gets pretty noisy in here. At this point, I don't think we could have much of a conversation. That's just when we're under power. Let's go a little bit more. 5,000 RPMs. It has pretty good control. We're going into a tight bank now. Putting it into a tight turn. Holds good on the chine. You can put them into reverse if you need to power stop. That's always cool to do. You can also flip them and do it. You can probably see I did a couple on the drone footage there. You can probably see that there. RPM gauge here, fuel gauge here. And this is oil injected on the 2 cycles, so you put the oil in the reservoir and then it takes it from there. We've got a bilge pump here, which you won't be able to hear here. Nav lights. We got accessory, which runs the wiper there. Flip that off, it parks over to the side. We got accessory here. I think that turns on the box, but oh, there it goes. I heard it kick on. And we need to adjust the brightness, which is on the power button. Backlight. There we go. We're going to turn that up to 100%. And then home. There we go. And then we've got traditional, we'll go with that. Fish finder here, 62 degrees, gives us our voltage here on the system, and 8.2, which we did have to jump start it because we killed the batteries. So before the batteries were a little bit soft, but we're charging it up now. It has a dual battery system. Okay, there we go. So we've got electronic going there. And then we will go home here and let's see if we can get our speed on this. Okay, we got a speed reading there. So we'll go ahead and give it a run here and see how it does. Let's walk around this 2003 Alumaweld Stryker, 19 foot with a jet. All right, starting up here at the bow. This does have a rogue trailer, as all the Alumawelds come with. They are great because they're channel galvanized, and so they have a lot more welded seams than bolt together like an easy loader would have. And so the corrosion's a lot lower on these trailers. So that's a great setup there. We got the stanchion here hooked on, 2-inch ball, 4 flat plug, chains, a swing away jack here, good strap on there, and quick release, there's a safety chain there. Looking down the front of it, a lot of jet boats have a ton of damage on them. This one's actually really clean. All the way looking down, really no scratches on the bottom of, or definitely no dents, but no scratches either. So this is a good clean bottom on the bottom of this thing. We've got a river anchor on here. It's not in it right now. It's a big, gnarly, medieval looking thing that goes in here and stuff, but that comes with it. Got storage up in the front. We got a fish box here in the back. which just has a couple of things in it, probably some rope and stuff, but that's a drainable box there. This one obviously goes into the hull there, so you've got a little bit of room down there for storage. The windshield opens up this direction here, and we've got a full top with backdrop and all. Fairly straight, not a lot of dents or anything. We got some scratches on the sides here, like where the dock hits about here at the dock line. But overall, the sides and stuff are actually really straight. We got some rub paint on the top side where the Zolatone paint's at. We got some of that rubbing off, but some nice foam steps on here. Make it look nice. There's one on top of the motor compartment too, but this doesn't let you slip and it's a little softer. It takes down the noise. We've got a Yamaha 9.9 high thrust. I believe this is a 2014, and so it's a high thrust power tilt trim electric start. So that makes a great little motor, because on this you need a really good motor setup, because when you don't want to run that jet all the time, they use a lot more fuel and they're louder to run. So you have a nice 9.9 4-stroke trolling motor to do a lot of your running around when you go crabbing and stuff like that. If you're going to go out on the bays, you just use that crab pot. Plus you're already back here, and on these they have a nice little space area to stand right next to the motor to get to it, so you're not trying to reach that handle. You can stand right in front of that. We got a little cover over the Jet here, which is a nice little swim platform. And then we've got the Mercury Sport Jet in this with the intake up in the front. We looked at the impeller. If you look with the flashlight up in there, there are some dings and dents on the impeller, but as you can see, it was capable of pushing us to 40 miles an hour, almost 39.1 miles an hour with its current setup. But if you wanted to go have the impeller all cleaned up and stuff, then you probably get another 3 miles an hour out of it. Transducer here for the electronics. It's got a newer Garmin Stryker 5-inch screen in there, color screen, and that has GPS speed and plot, but it doesn't have a map on it, so just remember that. Let's go around the exterior here. Big chine guides on the trailer, so this makes it super easy to load. This boat was a piece of cake to put on the trailer, just shoot it right on, so that's really nice. We've got a couple things on the cover here. This zipper right here doesn't want to stay together very good, so it kind of splits open right there, but we didn't want to mess with it too much that way. There's a few hardware holes here around here where things have been mounted on it and cleaned up, so there's a couple screw holes here and there on it. All in all, pretty dang solid boat. You can see the trailer really has no rust on it at all, so it's rock solid, all galvanized. Going into the boat, I'll hop up in here real quick. Oh, here's our fuel fill right here in the middle, which is great because you can pull on either side of the gas station. You can pull on either side and stuff, so we'll go up here. One thing I would like to say on this is it does have a completely replaced power head. The motor jet, a lot of these, they use back in the day on these Mercury Sport Jets, they use stainless steel reeds. And so what happened is those would break off because they crack, because stainless steel gets a little bit brittle, and they'd suck them in to the intake of the motor, and then the motor's bad. Well, this one has the new ceramic reeds, not ceramic, plastic reeds, and a new power head. So you're now in good shape that way. So you're good to run for a long time. And we've got all the documentation on that as well. It's 175 horsepower here, and it is a beast of a motor. These things like to go, they go really quick. Easy access to work on anything on it, simple to get to, easy that way. Let's see, we have our oil reservoir, which is, I'll show you where that is too. This is a dual battery setup. There's one battery up in the bow, one battery back here, and the battery switch is up underneath there. So you've got all that, but the whole power head and everything is brand new, not a remanufacturer's, brand new. So on that. And so it's got this tiny little doghouse on it. So this is great though. Seating height, perfect, working, rigging, everything. This is just perfect. And then you have the ability to go all the way to the back on this boat. So versus an outboard setup, usually you have a well across here and you lose all this space, but on this one you get the side space. So you're really comparable to an outboard on actual deck space in the same size boat. full-size benches in there for 2 people. So you have the 4, so you have really 6-person seating inside the boat. And so that's nice. Flip up the top here. Going there. Some rod holders on the front. It comes with Scotty rod holders for the sides and the back, so you can run your rods off of there. This is where you put the oil for the 2-stroke oil right there, and you just take that off. There's a cap in there. And let's go inside here. Pretty straightforward. Everything's pretty solid here, and you've got steering lock to lock. You know, on a jet boat's only half a turn each way. It's fuel gauge. We got the wiper. We showed that in the video. You can hear the bilge comes on, and we can see the lights. Got nav lights and the accessory and wiper. Power you down. Very good. And we have a compass. Compasses really don't work on aluminum boats. There's a wiper motor right in front of it. I bet you it doesn't even give you a close reading. Storage underneath all the seats. So all the seats have storage. Pretty good. You got a couple of tears here. Looks like from sun damage from this being exposed more. Some stuff and dings and holes and stuff here and there. But my gosh, this thing's a solid little boat. You could rally this thing through some really, really tight spots, man. This thing could go in places that no other boats can. It'd be a good time. Just out on the lake, you saw I had a really good time. So this is a really fun boat. Got plenty of room for fishing and everything and that, but you're in a really heavy-duty, well-built aluminum boat with a jet drive. As you saw probably from the sky, I was going through some shallow area right across the sandbar here. Didn't even catch it, just flew right over the top of it. So that you can get to some places where you can't get with any other boat. What's really nice though is most jet boats don't have this. You have the full enclosure in here. So camping and staying overnight. I know a lot of people go on the Umpqua River and they camp overnight catching stripers. But you can run up through the rocks and the little chutes and take this boat up there and have a really good time. Find some cool camping spots on the river. So good fun time. Good price on it. I believe we have this thing's under $20,000, so you're going to come out really good with that. A good 4-stroke motor, so that when you do troll around and stuff, you're not worried about burning a lot of gas with the jet drive, stuff like that. I would say start it up before you take it to the lake. They're kind of smoky when you start these 2-strokes up. It's always good, but the nice thing is with this, because of the setup on it, it does not have a water impeller like a regular motor will. This one uses the impeller that goes around inside the main impeller to push water through the power head, so you can start this thing out of the water. Obviously, don't let it run a long time because the motor would overheat, but you have plenty of time to start it and run it for a minute, get rid of the smoke and stuff, and then put it in the water. You're ready to go. So it'd be a really nice scenario. I think you could have a lot of fun with this boat. And seems to be a rock solid package. Good trailer, good motor, good kicker motor, just some electronics on here. So you're really pretty darn set to go. Just need your gear and some peeps and go have a good time. So should be a fun boat for that. And hit us up, Florence, Oregon. Easy, nice trip. If you want to come and have a little vacation time at the same time, bring the family. But right here on the Oregon coast, right on Highway 101, easy to get into, easy to get out of. So it should be a really good, easy experience for you with Breen Marine here. I'll move a lot of boats through and sell a lot of them online here. So hopefully this works out for you.